I'ma make it out of this. I'ma make it out of this. I got this. You tuned in to My Radio Chicago, Support District Radio Network, where it's more than radio, boy. Every time she hear my voice, she scream out, Dino, do this. She say it get a moist, left me no choice, I just might do that. But instead it's screw it. I get bread, I do this. Plus I just can't trust that, cause all that back don't do exist. Every time she hear my voice, she scream out, Dino, do this. She say it get a moist, left me no choice, I just might do that. But instead it's screw it. I get bread, I do it. Plus I just can't trust that, cause all that back don't do exist. You know the snakes come for the great ones, that's when you weed them out. If you've been A1 since day one, you not who I'm speaking about. Just been watching cause I got it locked and I know that they plotting and scheming now. I don't believe in no back door, I don't leave my keys around. As soon as they see me, they screaming now. People like, what is the scene about? I turn up the music and hop out the whip. Now you get to see what we about. I pass them in traffic and now they be all out the window. Body just leaning out. They wanted to see the if no could do it, I did it. So do you believe it now? I please the crowd. Yes, indeed, I do that. If you talking about cheese for pounds, best believe I move that pip. You better ease it down. It's just me, my crew that's sick. It's just me, my crew that's sick. Hey, yo, so do that. Every time she in my voice, she scream out these up blood. She said, get her moist, love me no choice. I just might do that. But instead it's scratch. I get bread, I do that. Plus I just can't trust that. It's all that back to exist. Every time she in my voice, she scream out these up blood. She said, get her moist, love me no choice. I just might do that. But instead it's scratch. I get bread, I do that. Plus I just can't trust that. It's all that back to exist. Get behind me, I know that I'm ready now. When it's me, I know that they jelly now. Tell them patience, I gotta be steady now. Look like an agent, smoking on belly now. I ain't worried about none that you mentioned. That you talking about hundreds and Benjamins. They can tell that I'm running the minutes. It's RIP Uncle, my son, I'ma finish. I mix it up with a Gucci Gabbana. I mix it up like a coupe and a Hummer. Dumb cold as a scoop in the summer. I give a word, they gon' shoot for a number. Can't understand why they always so pressed about Mac though. I keep I'm not really worried about it. They do at their back though. They gon' come through for the drum. They say they show while she looking away. Was on your guitar, took her away. I gotta come down to riot just sit for the diet. You know that I'm cooking today. They going crazy for that good easy. That lazy, but that need me. They know that I'm not a regular peasy. I tell them don't call my cellular every time she hear my voice, she scream out Dino, do this. She say it get a moist, left me no choice. I just might do that. But instead it's screw it. I get bread, I do it. Plus I just can't trust that, cause all that back don't do exist. Every time she in my voice, she scream out these up blood. She said, get her moist, love me no choice. I just might do that. But instead it's scratch. I get bread, I do that. Plus I just can't trust that. It's all that back don't exist. Every time she hear my voice, she scream out Dino, do that. She say it get a moist, left me no choice. I just might do that. Every time she in my voice, she scream out these up blood. She said, get her moist, love me no choice. I just might do that. Yeah.
Saturday. Welcome, and you are here with me for a very special episode of Convos in Chicago. I got my shop boys in the building. Hey. Conversations also due to stop by sooner or later, hopefully today, because I know she's super busy. It's from Ambitions Entertainment, along with the board or some of the board members. We just gonna chop it up with the shop boys, kind of pick their brain on how to get started, things like that, what they doing, what they getting themselves into, and just have a regular conversation. If you all check them out, they are usually on Monday through Friday here on My Radio Chicago, 7 to 9 p.m. And the conversations that run through there are just a wide range of, you know what. So we're going to do something similar here today. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and jump into some more music. And shouts out to Nanette. Today would make 1 year for her album Feels, the song specifically Know You, which is getting heavy rotation. It's like one of her biggest buzz songs out here in the city. So we're going to play Know You. And then we probably going to get into a little Xavier 2 times because he dropped at midnight. He dropped at midnight his In Between album. That's what he called it. What is it? Help me out here. What did he call it? In the Meantime. Right. Yeah. In the Meantime, Volume 1. Something to hold us over, right? So I'm really excited about this particular project. We got Kiss Remix coming up with him and Lamar Creation, of course, and much, much more. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into that Know You Feels. Hey, Nanette. And make sure you stream her shit. Stream her shit, y'all. All right, y'all. This is Convos In Chicago. BB Trinette here. And yeah, tune in.
Okay, see, bro.
What you do, what is it in life that you most value? So peculiar that's attracting me. You stand out from the rest, so baby, let's see. Is this too good to be true? Something different, something special about you. Just how old you seem to be. Just as cool as the ocean breeze. You be my guy, someone who match my flight. Don't have to question why. With you, don't have to try. Stomach filled with butterflies. With you spend all my time. Morning text you send, don't bite. Can't wait for you to be mine. Can I get to know you? Know you. Can I get to know? It's just something about you. Can I get to know? Do you wanna get to know me? From your actions, you already show me. So can I get to know you? 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 I wanna get to know you. What's your future plans? And do you like to dance, baby? Do you like to cook? And what's your favorite sport, baby? Do you like to travel? What you do in your pastime? What is your passion? What is the goal to get you there? Are you a man of action? Tell me what turns you on. Tell me what makes you tick. Tell me if you feeling me. Tell me that you got a big Tell me what you're looking for. Tell me what you wanna explore, baby. Tell me how you feel on the inside. Tell me what's on your mind. Can I get to know you? Can I get to know you, baby? It's just something about you. It's something about you. Do you wanna get to know me? From your actions, you already show me. Can I get to know you? Can I get to know you? Can I I get to know you? Can I get to know you? Wanna get to know you, boy. Can I get to know? Can I get to know you, baby? Can I get to know? Can I get to know you, baby? Can I get to know? Can I get to know you, baby? Can I get to know? Wanna get to know you.
That's how I got that heat. Let's go.
You show me something. I think I've seen it all. Still the dreams listening. So baby, stop the spot. We gon' make it rain all day. Make it rain all day. Put your booty all on me. Show me some different girl. Show me some different. Show me some different girl. Show me some different. Show me some different girl. Show me some different. Show me some different girl. Show me some different.
I done seen it all as an understatement. You know I love me a fancy freak. The baddest walk I watch a Vogue out of LA Fashion Week. She a star at Mardi Gras. Yeah, that gumbo got a thing. Down bottom Louisiana, that southern talk, some sexy shit. I can't forget down in Miami, daily broken neck when I spring breaks me. The pretty shakes me for peace sake. That's hella pressure. I can take the weight. I ain't waiting around too long. See them options got line out the door. Every time nigga found one, I see another one. They go for me in Chicago. Big step and they scared to serve. They keep up with my lifestyle and she can't get a foot to work. I need to know she can cook the work and book it first while giving birth. Let's start off with this network and make a neck work until your neck hurt.
Girl, show me something different. I think I've seen it all. Still the dreams listening. So baby, stop the spot. We gon' make it rain all day. Make it rain all day. Put your booty all on me. Show me some different girl. Show me some different. Show me some different girl. Show me some different. Show me some different girl. Show me some different. Show me some different girl. Show me some different. Who make me ski. See your eyes, I see you wanting me. But I need something different. I'ma breathe. Hey, go all up in your face. Tell them to get out the way. Oh yeah.
This the Terry. You can move my shit, but if you like it, we can share that. Yeah, that's stingy. I want plenty, she want fancy. Show me diffy, but just miss me if you acting iffy.
Girl, show me something different. I think I've seen it all. Still my dreams listening. So baby, stop the spot. We gon' make it rain all day. Make it rain all day. Put your booty all on me. Show me some different girl. Show me some different. Show me some different girl. Show me some different. Show me some different girl. Show me some different. Show me some different girl. Show me some different. EBK.
Evian on the mix.
Pretty gang.
Welcome back. And that last song was with Shy Blizz and featuring Ben One. Something different. So make sure y'all showing something different out here 2023. BB Trinette in the building. Convos in Chicago on this lovely Saturday afternoon. I hope you all are enjoying this weather. It's looking a little hazy outside. Like might want to do something. I don't know. Anyway, so thank you so much, Tia, for the compliment. The hair, it's like I cut my hair every summer, and then I don't know. I want to do something, and then I just, But anyway, appreciate it. Let me take all these banners down because it's like trying to run all these things at the same time. Y'all know I'm not good at it, so that's the good thing about it. Everybody that's here, they familiar with how I move, and it's kind of like delayed. Like Anyway, so I got my boy here. You all know him as Part God Radio Jesus.
You feel me?
But most people know you by Mediamonics. I'm still gonna do a sweeper that say Mediamonics because I think that's like the original. But yes, I have Mr. Anthony Terrell Monix here.
The whole government. I'm glad my father's name is the same name.
Yeah.
Check his credit, man.
That's Big Tank, Little Tank, right? Anywho, how's it going, sir?
It's going, man. It's going.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
busy.
So way busy. I got
Man,
projects
keeping yourself real busy these days.
Yeah, I got
right?
artist projects coming out. Got my own stuff going on. Ambitious Awards. I got stuff to do for that.
Yeah.
I'm still promoing, still trying to button things up, which probably mostly ain't gonna be buttoned up till like this week because it's Saturday. So we got to button up this week.
True.
Yeah.
So this award ceremony that's coming up, right? It's with Ambitions Entertainment.
Right.
How many years have they been putting together the award?
This is the third one.
The third one, right? Exactly. Yeah, because I remember my first time going to Ambitions was around this time last year, and there were awards being passed out, but it was like after the fact, and I'm like, oh, they doing a award ceremony. How cool is that? Also, what else you up to? Let's so you managing artists and stuff now?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. I guess we could call it that.
Yeah.
For lack of better terms, yeah. I'm managing artists.
Yes. And so this one particular artist that I think a lot of folks are smitten with, Xavier 2 times, everybody. And he just dropped in the meantime. They're trying to hold folks over.
Yeah, trying to hold them over for overdue projects that should have been out. Yeah, I'm calling you out on air.
Yeah,
2 times.
We gonna have him on the show in a few weeks. And we could get to grill him then about like what's taking you so long, bro. Like, but in the meantime, yeah. So
no, this will get him going though, because the love he getting after dropping it and people hearing it. Now he's like, yo, I forgot how I feel to drop a project. So
yes.
So, you know what I mean, this will get him going.
Mm-hmm.
This will get him going. We waiting on Penny, Ego, and Richard. We don't know which ones we're gonna do first.
Okay.
We're gonna pick it soon enough though.
Right.
So we can do an actual rollout. You know what I mean, for the project, photo shoots, the right interviews, stuff like that. Get it in some DJs' hands. The singles we want to push.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's the move right now. But shit, early prognosis is doing. You know, people rocking with it so far.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna just get in your business for a little bit.
Okay.
Let's kind of dial back, like before all of this, before the success with Shoptalk 7, before being a manager, and now you're into the entertainment industry, like promoting events. What got you started in radio?
Well, when I went to Illinois Media School, before that, I was just trying to figure out how to trim my podcast. They would be like 2 hours, and I wanted to like only trim it to whatever topic was talked about before we switched, because you always got a topic within this topics under the topic, and me being me, I always get off topic and off to some other stuff. Right. So I just wanted to cut it in pieces. Yeah. So and you know what, a guy named Michael Easton, rest in peace. He passed away a couple months ago. We both was at the post office. It was my last duty station when I was in the Navy, because O'Hare Airport got a postal facility where they processed the military mail. And so I met him there and we was talking. He's like, I was talking about my podcast. And I was talking to him. He was like, you should do a podcast. I'm like, I do. He's like, yeah, but I just shot a movie. And I'm like, what? You fucking mean? What you mean you shot a movie? Yeah. Black people in the hood don't be shooting movies. I didn't know about none of this. This is 2016, I think, or 15. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, why don't you, I shot a movie, did this and that, blah, blah, blah. I was like, man, why don't y'all let me interview y'all? So long story short, did that interview, saw the movie. I watched it a couple of times because I liked it. It was actually a series, like 3 episodes. And I was like, how do you learn how to do all that? He's like, yeah, man, I went to Illinois Center for Broadcasting.
Yep, ICB.
Yeah, before it was, so I'm like, I bet, whatever. We did an interview, we chopped it up, we did a couple other things. Later on, I got retired, went back to San Diego for like 5 months, came back. In the school I was going to in San Diego, they had it here, but they were about to close out. So they wouldn't give me my program. So I was like, what am I going to do now? So I called, I was looking for Illinois Center for Broadcasting, and I got Illinois Media School. And so I set that up, and they was telling me about these intern hours. Of course, Carly, soon, because you got to do that voiceover thing. Yeah. When you first get there. Yep. And Carly was like, well, you got a radio voice. I'm like, I guess, whatever. And so I heard about these intern hours that you got to get.
in order to
So you learned about
graduate
the intern hours out the gate
from the before a month before I actually started.
Uh-huh.
So I hooked up with Joe Kesnick,
Yeah.
and he took me to this radio show, Heating Up Sports, at
Mhm.
Chicagoland Sports Radio, which is the State Street, which was at the time was the State Street facility,
That's right.
part of the campus, and that's how I started in radio. It scared the crap out of me because I'm like, this is too many moving parts. I can't do this. I just want to talk.
Yeah.
And, so that's how that started.
It is a lot of moving parts. You mentioned a couple of names. Shouts out to Boss Lady. Yeah, Boss Lady plus two. Carly over there, still doing big things at Illinois Media School. And also Joe Keshness. You know, I wish him well wherever he's at. He's still in radio, I'm pretty sure.
He was working for the Windy City Bulls last time.
Okay. Yeah, very good. Very good. So yeah, it made you nervous, but you felt the fear and you did it anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna do it. I was there now. So
Yeah.
they was talking about sports, and all I knew was basketball.
What made
They
you
was talking
keep
about
coming
football.
back every day though?
They asked me. That was it.
Was that simple?
They gave me a name. Like Mediamonics happened that day. And also the woman I was seeing at the time, she also said it.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay. Because at first I thought it was corny, like nah. But when she said it,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I guess this could work. So the show was weekly. I started the show the day before class started.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the show, and I went to school. So first day of class the next day, and I saw them up there, and they was like, yo, man, you need to come back, man. Bam. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know, people want to hear me talk. I bet. So I kept doing it, and they ended up having to fall off because they was behind on their work.
Mm-hmm.
So they, and then they had other life things going on. So I was the only one who had time to really do it.
Yeah.
So I had to learn how to run the boards like that day. Like it was like 8 weeks in,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to learn how to run the board. I had never touched them, but I was like, I guess I gotta get in here now.
And let me tell you, that board is intimidating.
Especially that big one.
Yes.
With all
the buttons and stuff. You
Oh,
don't
my
want to
God.
press the wrong button and then just everything shut down. Like that's one of my legit fears. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't do any radio stuff when the most that I did was the internship with D Stone and D Stone Pony Show, but I didn't touch a button at all. I just did the around town portion. And I was good. Just talk. That's all I wanted to do. But yeah, you jumped in. You started
I was
running
like,
board.
if I fail, they gotta show me how to do it. So
yeah, man.
so I took that approach because I'm usually not good the first time up. Well, I was better than I thought I'd be, but
Right.
that was my approach. I want to go with the Stone Pony Show,
Yeah.
whatever you called it. I want to
Mhm.
go in there too, but I was like, man, I got 3 of my own already.
Yep.
No point doing that at this point.
Right. And that's great when you come out. People come in and they looking up to you automatically, like you started really getting a name for yourself even before you graduated school. You were one of the first picks for the program at Power 92. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Oh yeah. Me and She Bananas. Joe came to me like a few weeks before they had this meeting and was like, yeah, bro, there might be an opportunity at Power 92. You and Shakita got the most intern hours. You got 3 radio shows. I like your work ethic. I think you're professional. And so he put me and Shakita on it. We had the meeting, and at the meeting, it was weird because it's like they was telling everybody, yeah, you don't get a chance to submit whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But he had already low-key told us that it's us. And so I was still nervous. I'm like, we're going to do it or not? I don't know.
Right.
But then he called me like, hey, man, we need to do this. So we was recording the first 4 weeks, at which point I almost quit.
Yeah.
Because I had a hard time working with Shakita. It wasn't her fault, really. It was my temperament. It was some of it was her fault. Yeah, She Bananas. Some of it was her fault.
Wait, where's the laugh track for that? Because we
was there for 12 hours one day.
She Bananas is family, so it's like
yeah, She Bananas. It was her fault. Some of it. But we was in there for 12 hours one day, right? And I panicked and I quit. I was gonna quit that day. So I got home. I called my homegirl who was supposed to be starting the podcast. I was like, it shouldn't take this long to put together this show.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on, girl, we're gonna do this show real quick. Our show based on the format we used at Power.
Yeah.
I put our show together in 15 minutes. Because it's like
what was the name of the show again?
The Move.
The Move,
yeah.
right.
So it was only like 4 minutes of talking, actually, 5 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
And the rest is music.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe 10 minutes of talking. So the rest is music. So we did those segments, threw the music in there, you know, and I put it together. We performed it and I put it together and exported it in 15 minutes. I was like, it cannot be this stuff.
Right.
Apparently, because I just did it in 15 minutes. And
Yeah.
it sounded decent. And so I sent Joe Keshnick a letter, an email like, yo, bro, I'm sorry. I'm not the guy for this job. I appreciate you, this and that. The next day he came to me, now, dog. Yo, we finna go to the studio. I'm like, oh.
Say I disagree. It's over. I disagree.
I disagree about you just quitting thing. So, but then we ended up in the studio the next week, and I was back on. I was sold. And that was probably for radio. That was one of the best things that ever happened to me. To learn radio that way. Shout out to Casanova. You know what I'm saying? One of the board ops up there and personalities.
Yeah.
He a dope personality, just as dope a personality as he is a board op. He's like, he got this built-in voice effect in his vocal cords. When he do like commercials, like that's all him, no effects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, that was and it also got me a reputation.
Who are some of the people that you put on, if you don't mind me asking?
We put Johnny Dimitri.
Yep.
I put Spirit on Power 92. I put a couple of his guys, Young Cirque, G Little, Dillinois. We had Keisha, Lil Keisha.
Okay.
This cat named E-Man. We got man, the names are slipping me. Taco. I mean, not that he needed it at that time, but
right.
But we brought him in. He did the competition for us, the Spotlight Artist competition.
Got you. Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah. So he did that for us.
Mm-hmm.
What's this young lady's name? Alana DeVille.
Okay.
Just name a few. I don't remember all of them. Raimi the artist.
Okay.
Raimi the artist. Yeah, man. We put a few on there.
And was that difficult? How did you go about finding artists, or did they find you all?
They found us mostly.
Okay.
We put the email out there.
Yeah.
And you know, people will get their left leg to get on Power.
Yeah, that's true.
We put the email out there and we had a flood.
Right.
Oh, my boy, Jay Baby Boy, he also won.
Okay.
Yeah, She Bananas beat me though. Like most of her artists beat mine.
Yeah.
So we probably was like 6'4" or something like that when we started doing that. But yeah, man, it was fun. I love that type of radio. It's fast paced. I like the pressure.
Yeah.
Amio the rapper should be for Felice.
Amio,
exactly.
that's true.
Amio, he won too.
Yep.
I love that time. That was a good time. That was a wonderful time in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I really do love that kind of radio though. Like,
yeah,
it's in and out, 90 seconds to the music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, on internet radio, a lot of us, we really get caught up in talk radio.
Right.
Which is cool because they like to hear us talk.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I do miss that kind of radio. Like,
yeah, boom, boom, boom music. Boom, boom, boom.
Like even on soul, because when you say something, it's gotta be impactful. Gotta hurry up.
Yeah.
Gotta get that out.
And you're on a strict timer. Everything is on a strict timer.
I love, you know, I'm a military guy, so I love the structure.
The structure of it.
Felice says we were the best ones. I won't disagree with you, Felice. If I did it, I'm the best at it probably. So now let me stop. Chad loves Power. And
they were definitely a tough act to follow after that.
You know what? I think She Bananas created the best movement.
Yeah.
I think. But I will say that the ones that came after us, Jade, Lefty Lakeshore,
and that Lefty Lakeshore, and Liv.
I love how they was putting their stuff together.
Hey, Cash. Shouts out to Cash Go Crazy. Make sure y'all get her new album, Cash App.
Don't try to perform Billy don't try to perform Billy yourself or you'll have a seizure. Because apparently I almost had a seizure trying to perform.
He talking about he tried to perform Billy himself. Almost had a seizure.
Baby, this is for real. Yeah, I almost passed out, man. Trying to perform. Between her and Trosh, they gonna make me pass out.
If it's you talking about.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stick with Treble. His music is safe.
Yep.
Treble's music is safe.
Treble's music is safe. Speaking of, let's take a quick break. I'm gonna go ahead and play a little Treble. I like that song, River Flows. We're gonna play some River Flows. We're gonna play a little Xavier 2 times and much more. You guys make sure you stay put. Thank you for tuning in, everybody that's in the live chat. Felice, Cash, and then we had Xavier in here, and we got Miss Tia Songbird, Mr. Dino, Mr. Know It All in there. And yeah, so y'all continue to stay put. I'm gonna play a couple of tracks, and then we're gonna come back and talk to the one, the only Mr. Get This D Smith period in the building. You are here with BB Trinette, and this is Convos in Chicago, y'all. Stay put.
Hey, what's name is not clean.
You feel me?
Getting paid back on some mash, moving down to the I'm getting paid back on some mash, getting flued out, living lavish. You forget what a savage can't have this. Nah, boy, nah.
Back on your bullshit, how you like to push it. Got me feeling so stupid, cause I'm misunderstood. I'm only human, sometimes I can't see if things are illusion. But tricks won't get me, and I guess I proved it. Saturday night was driving, Sunday night we in the fight. Monday I get the timing, Tuesday don't seem so right. Just cause you coming full circle is every week even hurt you, cause these up and downs so hurtful we both know. When the weeknights come around is when I feel like I'm safe and sound. Why does it have to be that way? Every single day I feel this great.
Aren't you creeping in? I lost my trust, but I never ever lost my love. I asked your best friend what's the tension. She said talk to her, but you don't ever make it easy when we talk of us. Just brought some flowers and I sent them to you. Sorry that I broke the promises I mentioned to you. Ever since I met this woman, I've been distant to you. Trying to stay away the moment that is mentioned to you. Damn, you wanna fight, I'm screaming, calm down. I learned that you don't make it right and make it wrong now. Now every night you out of sight when I'm at home now. I still hear you saying, put that phone down. Can you believe it? This is silly love. Ooh, baby, tell me now, is this really us? I've been creeping, you've been creeping, sneaking on the weekend while we're tweaking. I thought we loved each other more than we can. Can you believe it? This is silly love. Ooh, baby, tell me now, is this really us? Sometimes I wanna make it right, but it lasts only for a night. I know that someone's sleeping with my wife.
Used to be a pretty angel, someone you wanted in your life. We've been going through some things, yeah, and now we gotta make it right. You say you need me, but every time I turn around you try to leave me. Now I don't answer when you call my phone, and now my heart is cold as froze. What were you thinking? Are you clueless? You wanna lose us? What are we doing? Sometimes it makes me cry. It's so hard at times, don't even wanna try.
That's up to you, cause neither one of us is perfect.
Every single time feels like you do this shit on purpose.
Well, maybe you can try to treat a nigga like he worth it.
You tell me you'll be working, all this lying, is it worth it? Is it worth
Can you
it?
believe it? This is silly love. Silly love. Baby, tell me now, is this really us? I've been creeping, you've been creeping, sneaking on the weekend while we're tweaking. I thought we loved each other more than we can. Can you believe it? This is silly love. Ooh, baby, tell me now, is this really us?
Come in, lay your bags down and take them clothes off. The
Only rule I got is you can't say no. Now lay up on this bed, relax and clear your head. While I rub you with this oil, you dripping now. It's puddles on the floor, getting slippery now. It's time I take a knee as if I'm bowing down. Scoop back, I'm diving in. Don't worry, I can swim. Or you can hold my hands down the morning stars. I'm happy as a kid in a water park. I'll wait up in the deep end for her waterworks. I know it's coming soon. The waves have suddenly grew, and then boom. Ooh, baby, don't worry about me if I'm drowning. Let your ocean flood around, sink or swim in your love. When it builds up, just let it go. Don't care if you lose control. One thing that I know for sure, I want your rivers to flow. Baby, don't worry about me if I'm drowning. Let your ocean flood around, sink or swim in your love. When it builds up, just let it go. Don't care if you lose control. One thing that I know for sure, I want your rivers to flow around too. Hope you in the mood for what I'm about to do. Round one made your body shake, but I'm trying to open your floodgate. Got my floaties on, cause I wanna drift in your floating zone. Relax in the midst of your lazy river. Ain't gonna stop till your body quiver. Yeah, just you and me, we can go as long as you please. Putting in overtime, so I can enjoy your slip and slide. Oh, I'm here to serve, and I promise I'll get my turn. Right now I wanna feel your waters run, just like a kid in a water park. So I'm waiting, patiently waiting. Give it, baby. Give it, baby. Let it go. Just let it flow. I feel you coming, girl. Come on. Oh, oh, oh. Baby, don't worry about me if I'm drowning. Let your ocean flood around, sink or swim in your love. When it builds up, just let it go. Don't care if you lose control. One thing that I know for sure, I want your rivers to flow. Baby, don't worry about me if I'm drowning. Let your ocean flood around, sink or swim in your love. When it builds up, just let it go. Don't care if you lose control. One thing that I know for sure, I want your rivers to flow. Yeah, I want your rivers to flow. Let it flow, baby. Want your rivers to flow. Ain't the eagle, man. Fighting both of them. Even in this battle.
This life is suffocating. It's like I'm out here just waiting to die. Send my prayers to the sky and then I just had to get up off my ass and on my grind. You in a Hellcat on that E-way, but don't nothing fly like time. Trying to reinvent my life. Been talented since a bastard kid. I took my pain and mastered it like formulas and packages and never thought I'd be the one. Cause you tell me I'm their world. Now how that sound when I'm shining bright as the sun? Picture my oldest son. Indulging in such a selfish way. I lock myself away for days writing rhymes to get me paid. Mama working just like a slave. Posse chasing Patrick without the dough. In the dope, you get the joke. They saying being broke is funny. Well, let me tell you, it ain't no joke. You thinking about robbing a nigga right at the stove. All the times you was hungry, but you couldn't eat cause you poor. Remember all the trauma, it's gonna help your story out some more. My first time being called a bitch by my mama at 12 years old. Stepped up the porch and I ain't play that as if my gang system broke. Stayed out the way and carry my pad with me everywhere that I go. When niggas hooping, I'm on the sideline perfecting the nigga flow. Cause if they asking me to spit, I'ma lose my top like bottles of liquid when shit's still in it. I'ma lose my top like uncapping the pen and the ink spilling. My life story out on paper, I never get back. Especially the one with Simba's autograph. I'm on a path I hope can lead to some millions. Whole city on my back. And all my niggas got children drowning in debt. We tryna put on our necks, begging, pleading, get no respect. So hollows eat through your vest, rip through your chest, blood for your lungs. You gotta life's a fight to the death. Am I gonna make it? I hear you, Lord, but I'm tired of being patient. He telling me, nigga, just know I got you. You know when it is your time to it. Just stay busy up on your grind and keep in mind you gotta breathe. Yeah, this one dedicated to anybody out there chasing their dream, man.
Everybody out there grinding, getting off their ass, getting to it.
It's a fight, but you gotta breathe. You gotta keep grinding. Get it out the muscle. Get it out the mud. Stay focused.
La 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 la. La 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 la. Whoa, yeah. Ooh. I don't hate you. I just feel like we both know the truth. The way you say you love me, feel like you still pick and choose. Lately, you look at me like you blame me. Smiling in my face, you looking so amused. So baby, just tell the truth. If you don't wanna be kid, just say it. Oh yeah, I don't wanna make us feel like we faking it. Oh yeah, if you don't wanna be kid, just say it. Oh yeah, I don't wanna make us feel like we faking it. Oh yeah, oh give it to me, try to understand why you can't seem to be my man. When you want things to go your way, you completely discover the tape. Yeah, you ain't worth my time, so stop hitting my line. Try to press the rewind, I give up this time. Cause if you don't wanna be it, just say it. Oh yeah, I don't wanna make us feel like we're faking it. Oh yeah, if you don't wanna be it, just say it. Oh yeah, I don't wanna make us feel like we're faking it. Oh yeah. Tired of your back and forth, I can't do this no more. Completely feeling ignored. Yep, I get that now, time to restore. But first hit the door, I've tallied up your score. You wouldn't need no more. I thought the love was real, you made me feel it. But if you don't wanna be hit, just say it. Oh yeah, I don't wanna make us feel like we're faking it. Oh yeah, if you don't wanna be hit, just say it. Oh yeah, I don't wanna make us feel like we're faking it. Oh yeah, cause you ain't my man if this is it. No, we can't be friends. No, I won't pretend. Can't make a mess. Tired of tear for a touch. No, I won't come back. This is a fact. I'm sick of lying slack. Cause if you don't wanna be it, just say it. Oh yeah, I don't wanna make us feel like we're faking it. Oh yeah, if you don't wanna be it, just say it. Oh yeah, I don't wanna make us feel like we're faking it. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. La 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 la. La 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 la. Whoa, yeah. La 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 la. La 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 la. Oh, yeah. The night shift.
Willie Deal go crazy.
Don't you love me? Don't you love me?
You gotta love it. You gon' love it when I touch it. Get the bustin' when I munch it. It ain't nothing. Kiss it while I finger fuck it. Whatever it take to get you bustin'. Whatever it take to get you coming. I'm the type to how you running. Got dick all in your stomach. Take it, baby, what you running for? Say you coming, baby, come for more. Tell me, baby, what you coming for? Time to tangle to my little heart. Fuck you good right here on the floor. Sex a game, baby, love is war. Love is pain and you want some more. The type of dick you can't ignore.
Yes, all in my grill. Crying too hard for the win, better know I don't miss. Game on the line, last shot, better know I'm gon' switch. I ain't taking L's when it's this, better know I don't win. I ain't gotta tell how I move, cause it's all in my drill. It's a few niggas that might want it out for me. Yeah, let's keep your mind about who in your faculty. Yeah, yo, love when she see me, she tackle me. Yeah, and that type of shit they get to a casualty. Stop trying to die for me, trust can't be moved. Told you I'm hungry and that can be food. Back in my bag, so you wasted this screw. You say smart thinking they can't be screwed. Yeah, I do it. Look at my aura. Look in your eyes, say I look like a whore. Like the cake like this, go guess I look like a whore. I'm too obsessed with this, that's a disorder. I'm not impressed with the shit they're recording. Based on your left can't be important. Marketing, I need to crank these endorsements. Look at your fans like that can't be your Jordan. I can't explain how I'm moving, I got it though. It's just something you gotta know. I've been established, my habits erratic and that's attaching me. I'm not the status quo. Crying too hard for the win, better know I don't miss. Game on the line, last shot, better know I'm gon' switch. I ain't taking L's when it's this, better know I don't win. I ain't gotta tell how I move, cause it's all in my drill. It's a few niggas that might want it out for me. Yeah, my niggas is the mood on the balcony. Yeah, bunch of winners that be bouncing their offspin. Yeah, been defending a lot, now I'm back on my offense. They dropping warners, I guess they didn't see them though. Didn't wanna say shit, but I see they see them though. Be miserable, don't wanna see them go. Light up a fuse and they don't wanna see them blow. Leave me alone with the extras, I'm focusing deep in this while I press on my opening. You hear opponent, you feeling like hope is slim. I hear opponent, I feel like a hope is dim. My motivation is different. I'm up in their face while I'm basically stealing. So nothing is safe while I'm chasing the feeling. Born to be greatness, but I had to will it. Oh, now they watching, I'm guessing they owning me. Yeah, they next probably owning me. Yeah, this a flex. I'm prepared for the checks. Don't compare me to less. Won't you spare me? That's all in my drill. Crying too hard for the win, better know I don't miss. Game on the line, last shot, better know I'm gon' switch. I ain't taking L's when it's this, better know I don't win. I ain't gotta tell how I move, cause it's all in my drill.
we're back. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Convos in Chicago. And I am getting a phone call right now because I cannot receive because I am on air. Vita, make sure you hit me up, okay? On the chat because I'm here. Shouts out to Miss Vita. So I'm back here. I told y'all I'm here with the Shop Boys. I have Mr. Get This D, and I know a lot of people don't like saying his name. I don't care. This is Get This D. Get This D, everybody. Well, the guys seem to have a hard time saying that. They be like, I'm not saying that. I've heard people say I'm not saying that.
Yeah, some of the ones that's not secure, they can't pull it off.
Oh. Fun times, man. So you are Shoptalk 7. And it's been about a year for you at this point. This is like a year anniversary for you.
A couple months past, yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations. What has the journey been like for you since you come on board Shoptalk?
It's been great. It's definitely been an adjustment.
Okay.
It definitely has been. And it's been a learning process.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten to know a lot of different people. Gotten to meet a lot of people by way of Monix, and I'd say the experience has been great.
Okay.
I haven't run into any too many assholes.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're out there. But, it's pretty good.
So at this point so far, what has been the most challenging thing? Just coming on board My Radio Chicago. Like, I mean, I know you have a background in doing podcasts and stuff like this, but was this a different animal for you, like in terms of radio?
No, not really.
Okay.
Not really. I did internet radio before on Blog Talk Radio for about a couple years. Shout out to TL, the chairman, and Lawless Radio, Unchained Crew. We did Unchained Crew. I think it was Tuesday nights.
Mm-hmm.
Then ended up moving to 2 nights, and then I ended up hosting a show by myself. So that was definitely a strong learning curve there. So when I got here, the only learning curve was just learning the layout, learning the people, learning the systems, learning where I fit in, learning where I could be of value, and just kind of learning the people.
Yeah,
that's all.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And that's with any environment you go into. You need to
for sure
know what you're walking into and kind of sit back and observe and just chill and just, be a fly on the wall for a minute, go with the ebbs and flows, and figure out what the environment that you're in and how you can be how you can be of service.
Would you say that because I know you're gonna say you have fun, right? What's the most fun about what you do?
Being to be me.
Okay. What does that mean to you? Like, be me.
So I'm blessed to not have to switch my hat too much in terms of what I have to turn off, turn on during the day.
Yeah.
I'm blessed to not have to play a character.
Okay. So
that's fun for me.
What do you do during the day?
Well,
do you have a 9 to 5?
I do have it's not a 9 to 5. It's more like a 24/24.
Okay. Okay.
I manage IT for Chef's Warehouse, which ultimately turns out to be 3 different companies.
Wow.
So I have to manage a lot of relationships. I have to manage a lot of energies. I have to manage a lot of paperwork duties, some of everything. Mm-hmm. So I carry those same traits everywhere I go, along with some other experiences that I've had in my life, and those usually fare well for me.
Okay.
So,
what year did you start podcasting?
2019.
Okay.
2019 is when I started Get This D. That's when I officially started my podcast, Get This D, in 2019, like right before the pandemic hit, and then it hit, and it was kind of a slowdown, but I still got a couple episodes out there. But then we started doing movies and short films. Okay. So the focus kind of shifted a little bit away from the podcast and more into the
so you got a little background in doing movies and short films and stuff like that too?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out to Taylor Rue Crew, man. Taylor Rue Media, man. Yeah, they put out they just put out a short, it's not really a short film, it's actually a feature length called Mackenzie McCoy. Check it out. It's on Tubi. Okay. So y'all check it out.
I will be looking that up.
Yeah. I actually make a brief cameo in that movie. So yeah, check it out.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Get this D on film.
You know?
Yeah. You
Yeah,
know what
get
I'm
the
saying?
D on film. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So with you making that, like, I wouldn't say it's a transition, right? Because 2019, when I think of 2019, that's like pre-pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And then boom, here we are in pandemic. We on lockdown and stuff like that. How did your loved ones feel about you going into this world of podcasting? Did they feel like they encourage it? Did it they were neutral? They didn't care? What?
Nobody gave a shit.
Oh, okay.
Nobody really gave a shit. It wasn't like no big journey off into this new land of anything. I mean, I've always been me. I've always had my perspectives. I've always said whatever I felt like saying in terms of what was appropriate. So me podcasting wasn't really much of a shift over from the radio.
Okay.
And what we do when we together with family and friends anyway.
Right.
So it's kind of a natural, like, oh, duh, you would do a podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah. And the conversations we always get off into always take us into so many different avenues. So I was like, man, this would be dope if we could, get other people's perspective on certain things. And that's what made me want to get this deep.
Has there been any perks, not necessarily perks, but like anything that you've noticed since you started Get This D up until now that it's like, because I'm Get This D, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like anything that you notice that's different, like, do you have access to certain things or like people? Like, what is it like being D Smith now as a podcast, as a radio host, as a media personality? Like, what is that like?
I'm still gripping the fact that I'm a media personality.
Okay.
To that extent. I like to be humble, so I just deal with things as they are. So to me, this is just a job that I'm doing to the best of my ability, while I'm here. Yeah. I'm gonna make the best of it.
Yeah.
Anything outside of that is a plus.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't really walk around like, hey,
Right.
But I have thrown out Shoptalk 7's name when I first started around here. Like, yeah, Shoptalk 7, you might have seen me.
Yeah.
You might know me from, you might see me with Monix. But now it's kind of like, okay, now I can say, Get This D from Shoptalk 7.
Yeah.
And I have to ride Monix's coattail too much.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I still throw his name out there, though. I definitely throw his name out there. Like, hey, you might not know me, but I know you know Monix. But yeah, ever since I've gotten on Shoptalk, that's definitely opened up a lot of doors in terms of meeting other people, and has given me another level to expand Get This D brand.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, man. This is dope. Like I actually get to interview the guys from Shoptalk 7 because they the ones always interviewing folks. So it's now their turn to be here, getting the interviews and being able to speak where they come from. Because again, this is what we do over here at Convos in Chicago. Everybody might see the glory, but they don't know your story. And so,
and that rhymes.
Yeah, I got it from a pastor too, by the way. It's so funny. they used to have this show called Real Pastors of LA.
Oh yeah.
And that was like they intro. It was like at the end, like a bunch of them. So yeah, I used to watch that show a lot. And I was like, yeah, I like that. But yeah, so other than that, like are you a family guy?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You got kids?
I have 3 kids, 3 boys. I have a 22-year-old.
3 boys?
3 boys. Yeah, 3 boys. 22-year-old. Janice 22. Jamila's 19. Dom's about to be 8.
Okay. What do they say about your name in terms of like Get This D? Like, do they have any? Because like you got adult sons, and then the little one probably don't know what's going on. But
no, my little one just likes it.
Yeah, he okay.
Likes it. The older ones, they like it too. They think it's clever. They understand the play on words.
Yeah.
They understand the shock value in it. They understand the first mind that most people think about when they hear about it. They understand the stick-to-itiveness of it.
Yeah.
Stickiness of the saying. So yeah, they like it. They dig it.
Okay.
They dig it.
So if a young lady or a young man walk up on you and say, what does this Get This D stand for? What does the D stand for? What's your response? What
you think it stands for?
Okay.
Now, most people ask that, like completely ignoring the fact that my name is sitting right here. So people say, hey, well, let's get this Diva. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, my name is D Smith. It's like,
yeah,
you kind of overthinking it, which puts it on you anyway. So it ain't what I'm projecting into your mind. It's what you already got in your head.
But
anyway.
the D is the biggest thing on the shirt.
Of course it is.
So when people say, what does the D stand for?
It's sitting right here.
and then you go, oh, it's sitting right here.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
because I've had people, you were with me actually one day. We were at Pen Flow. And some girl seen my shirt, was like, get this D.
Oh yeah, shouts out to Pen Flow too, by the way.
Shout out to Pen Flow.
Guys over there. We say nice.
Sassy Rub as well.
Yes, Sassy Rubs.
But yeah, she was like, get this Z. It's not creepy or something like that. And I was like,
oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that. She started
right
laughing hysterically, like, what is he talking about? Get this D. I was like, you know,
it worked.
It worked.
It worked.
Yeah, because it was on your robe that night, I think. Was it?
It was in my robe.
Was it the robe?
No, it was a shirt.
It was a shirt.
It was a shirt.
Okay. Because we had a Halloween event we went to there, and he got on the back of the robe too, y'all. So
shout out to LSO Trees, man. Shout out to LSO.
LSO. Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna be on the show Tuesday. So
okay, wonderful. Yeah, so you had a podcast, so you still do podcasts with LSO sometimes.
So I kind of divvied up into a few different things.
Okay.
So after the movie, during the movie situation, when my podcast slowed down, I moved to IG and started doing my lives on IG. So I started doing lives every Thursday on IG. And then I linked up with my girl LSO, who's also a host on one of the shows on Lawless Radio called the LSO Tree Show. And she brought me aboard and I started co-hosting with her.
Okay.
And then I started doing Shoptalk. What was it? Was it Tuesday nights? Tuesday nights? And I started doing Shoptalk on Tuesday nights. So I was doing 3 shows, 2.5 shows a week. And then Shoptalk moved into 2 days and then I think it was 3 days and then 5 something.
Yeah. 3, 4, and 5.
So I had to slow down working with LSO. Yeah, I was kind of doing a few different things.
I brought that show up because I used to listen in, because when I first heard of you, I was like, let's get this D. Who is this guy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then like you made mention a couple of times in passing, like, oh yeah, I also do another podcast and stuff. And I tuned into that. And what I noticed is that it was many times a panel of men having real discussions about, real concepts, and that you all were allowing or having this avenue for men to just come on and vent, or people that were in relationships to just come on and vent and speak their mind about, and ultimately, hopefully it started to become just something, a conversation on the road to their healing or recovery, or just being a more peaceful, happy relationship or what have you. So any words behind that?
I definitely think that's probably the lane I probably should be in.
Yeah.
Not that I'm an expert at anything, or not that my background is anything special. But what I've gathered is the reason I'm even in this whole media situation is because I have a way of dealing with people. I have a way of dealing with people and working with and talking to people, even in some of the most difficult situations. So when it came to working with LSO on the all male panel, at first it just started out as, one-off. She just wanted to get a panel of guys together to have a conversation, but it went so well the first time, and it was for women. It wasn't for guys. It was actually for women. Women wanted to hear what the guys wanted to say, and so she decided to put together a panel of men. I just, I was co-host, so naturally, I was on the panel. But the women loved it so much that they started responding and wanted a part 2.
Okay.
So we did a part 2. They loved part 2. They wanted a part 3. So we did part 3, and so on and so forth. And it became a thing.
Yeah.
And so we started getting more men who were more interested in coming on and talking and sharing their experiences. And so I use it as an avenue to basically like see if men would open up and give an opportunity for men to show that we can talk and open up. And it happened. And we got into a lot of great conversations, a lot of great content, a lot of great understanding, a lot of great awakenings. You know,
Yeah.
guys who came in thinking one way, left opening up thinking another way. I mean, I've had couples come up to me. Shout out to Virtuous Eatery. I've had couples come up to me and say, "Hey, you know, we talk about you at the house. What you said at the crib. What you said on the show that night. Me and her went home. We talked about it, and we've been having this ongoing conversation for a few weeks.
Mhm.
You know, we tell our kids about you. We involve them in the conversations that you spark.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay.
I know.
For me?
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm
surreal,
saying?
right?
It kind of is. But when you get that reaction from people who don't know you and don't owe you nothing, it's a legit response.
Yeah.
You know, and if you get that over and over again in different areas, you kind of see a pattern.
Mhm.
Maybe it's something I should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, boom, get this D.
Would you say that this industry chose you, or did you choose it?
I think I chose it.
Okay.
I think I chose it. I don't like the fact that media can be used to manipulate so much.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people rely on it so heavily.
Mm-hmm.
And rather than it opening up avenues of people to think for themselves, it's giving people what to think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to be very, very careful with how we use the media.
That's true.
You know, because people really do feed off the shit.
That's absolutely true.
And not everybody has the tools to pull out of it and think for themselves rationally.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's my part in it.
Awesome. I'm gonna play some more music. This is great. You guys, I'm here with Mr. Get This D. I'm gonna put the Mr. in front of Uncle.
Mr.
Mr. Get This
You
D.
know?
Okay. Along with Media Monics. And we're gonna continue this conversation. Probably we're gonna jump into some table topics when we come back. In the meantime, y'all gonna get this music, okay? Convos in Chicago here, and yeah, just stay tuned.
I said, well, come and convince me. Ain't no seeing green, but I'm seeing green. Even with the 4 seats, they couldn't see the team. The K-I-N-G, the GOAT, plus me, the queen. I send shots to them back for frequency.
You know, one of the perils of making money is you can afford to be dramatic. Y'all some drama queens for real. It's all good though. You now tune into the biggest ever. YMC and B, Tunchi Lee.
Yeah. 2 times. 3 times. Thick girl, yeah, I love the way she grind me. Short-term bursts where you find me. Spend time counting money, steady counting. I got a box dripping like a fountain. Watch this as I pull out the liquor. Eye contact with a nigga. She ready. I can tell by her eyes that she want me. Got me staring at her body that I'm lonely.
Like the way my body moves to the motion. Boy, be careful while you're sipping from my potion. Yeah, I just got you turn the lights down. Pour me a drink, I'm talking right now. I see you see me through these neon lights. I'm 5 shots and I'ma be here all night. I say you see me through these neon lights. I'm 5 shots and I'ma be here all night. Just get loose, let your body move tonight. You're mine. I'ma make it slip your mind. You like the way I whine tonight. You're mine. Tonight you're mine.
I got some options I'm picking, I'm sticking who want the pipe. Now that you mentioned I'm drinking, I'm thinking it's on the night. I bought some bottles of Remy, it's plenty, who needs the ice? I got Versace and Fendi, I'm rocking, which one you like? Move your body like a snake, or better yet, throw that little pussy in my face. In love with your body, it's busting like slugs from the shotty. I ain't rushing, I ain't quick to even tell nobody.
You like the way my body moves to the motion. Boy, be careful while you're sipping from my potion. Yeah, I just got you turn the lights down. Pour me a drink, I'm talking right now. I see you see me through these neon lights. I'm 5 shots and I'ma be here all night. I see you see me through these neon lights. I'm 5 shots and I'ma be here all night. Just get loose, let your body move tonight. You're mine. I'ma make it slip your mind. You like the way I whine. Oh, mine. Tonight you're mine. Just get loose, let your body move tonight. You're mine. I'ma make us slip your mind. You like the way I whine tonight. You're mine. Tonight you're mine.
This is a Dave Davis production.
I saw you standing in the aisle at the grocery store. It made me smile to see such beauty, brown skin and tall. Never so soon have I found myself falling. Grab your attention, the way you looked at me told me I was the kind of girl from your dreams. You said hello, and you began to walk my way. Instantly, butterflies carried me away to a place where we can be alone. In a crowded room, it's just us two. A chance to make this love come true. So far away, far away. So we exchanged numbers and we began to talk. Conversation more amazing than I ever would have thought. I like to go down in the kitchen. You say you've got an appetite. A fan of jazz, old school and blues. Baby, I'll sing it for you live. You say you wanna get to know me. You wanna know what makes me laugh. You wanna know what keeps me happy. You find out when we go to a place where we can be alone. In a crowded room, it's just us two. A chance to make this love come true. Far away, far away. One day I want you close to me, skin to skin. Let you into my world as I kiss your lips. And you remember everything you see. The stars, the moon, the night, the light inside of me as we go to a place where we can be alone. In a crowded room, it's just us two. A chance to make this love come true. So far away to a place where we can be alone. In a crowded room, it's just me and you. A chance to make this love come true. So far away to a place where we can be alone. In a crowded room, it's just me and you. The chance to make this love come true. Let's go so far away.
Every day with you feels like we're living a love fantasy. Oh, now I'm giving you my heart, my mind, my soul, and these yellow days. I heard that metaphors get jealous when I see you walking. My words be getting overzealous when I hear you talking. No longer stalking you from DMs, now you see me hawking. Because it's summer on my BM and my colleague talking. Don't have no BM either, I'm not a great deceiver. I just be joking like I'm chiefing off of nature's reefer. Like that you old school like the black parts of a player's beeper. Love that you love it when the conversation getting deeper. She like the light that shines fully on the merry-go. She is the spirit that connected to my very soul. I be her mother and her father, I play every role. I got a vessel that can penetrate her every hole. I know you think you're nasty, cause you don't put it past me. Sometimes we dress as if we twins, Mary Kate and Ashley. But she go crazy on my Facebook when they try to bash me. Be like, my baby not a simp, that's why you niggas ashy. Yeah, I see perfection in her hair. When statues are erected, they affected by her glare. A stand-up sister, but you stay up out her chair. I know I really found a good thing, yeah, I'm aware. That's Proverbs 18:22, that's the scripture. I hope this piece of heaven helps my brothers get the picture. There's value in the marriage when we cherish is the victor. So even when we perish, know our heirs will be richer. The story is the dream I envision for my people. So go and find your love that consider you the equal. Please let go of the trauma, yeah, it keeps us at the bottom. Keep working on those triggers, please don't act like we don't got them. And closing thoughts, overstand what the lovers taught. Don't play no roles, live until you old near the lover's fault. Just keep it safe. How sweet is the sound of amazing grace? It can't be bought. Please don't stay into a gift horse's mouth or face. The issue is you ain't my baby, is we official? Is we the lovers, do we have struggle issues? Is you the type that's so superficial, or am I lazy? Am I romantic for buying you all these yellow days? Is we in need of a savior that go beyond his power? Or we need counseling beyond the hour? I wanna know, is we the greatest, or is we just out here trauma bonding? I bought you flowers, don't stop responding. Now I'm giving you my heart, my mind, my soul, and these yellow days.
Let me hear you say, come on, high, come on, here, come on, high, come on, high. It started out on the block, 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 block. Let me hear you say, come on, high, come on, here, come on, high, come on, high. It started out on the block, 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 block. They don't understand the rhymes of a goddess, 'cause hip-hop was straight heartless. I'm coming to wreck this shit, 'cause it's a little story up that must be told. I'm not the writer, I'm a writer for myself and others. I'm quoting the quotas, 'cause they my hip-hop brothers. How we MC like, so y'all can dig me on this planet galactically overloaded. Suppose me y'all like Janet. Come on, high, come on, here, come on, high, come on, high. It started out on the block, 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 block. Let me hear you say, come on, high, come on, here, come on, high, come on, high. It started out on the block, 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 block. I kick in the door, we been the 4-4, get the crowd screaming, Queen, don't kill him no more. Woo-ha. Got you all in check, bob into every last rhyme like Rakim in his prime. 'Cause it comes the brand new flavor in your ear. New flavor in your ear. I ain't kicking new flavor in your ear. It's about time, it's new flavor. Smoking on hay in the middle of the bomb. Smoking on hay in the middle of the bomb. Come on, high, come on, here, come on, high, come on. It started out on the block, 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 block. Let me hear you say, come on, high, come on, here, come on, high, come on, high. It started out on the block, 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 block. Yeah, when we in the video, shorty straight laugh when we in the studio. Real thick, cute face with a little booty though. She moody though, lyrically leaving them wet. Oh, shorty too much, she a real killer though. Biggie and some hits in the back of the movie yo. I keep it funkified, ready, set, let's go. Kicking common sense, get them how you already know. We ready, we ready, we ready, we ready, we ready, we ready, we ready. For y'all, for y'all.
We ready. We ready. For y'all. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Yeah. Come out. Hey, in the middle of the ball. Smoking on hey, in the middle of the ball. Come on. Let's start it out on the block. Let me hear you say, come on. Let's start it out on the block.
Thank you, such a gentleman. You know what? I need to have y'all here every week with me. Y'all pump me up, make me feel good about myself being on here, you know. Convos in Chicago, everybody. This is BB Trinette, your host for the past 2.5, 3 hours, and it is now 4:20 p.m. And yeah, I have the Shop Boyz in the building today. And as soon as I go in this you can see them. There we go. Hey, beautiful faces. Yes. And we have just been, getting some little background information about the guys behind the shop, right? Mm-hmm. Been talking to you, D, about how you got started, and you chose this, right? I'm gonna ask Monix the same question. I'm gonna segue into it like that. Do you feel like this industry chose you, or you chose it?
I'm gonna say it chose me because I didn't really know what I was doing. I kind of like fell into some of the spaces and decided to stick with it, even though I was extremely afraid. My path, since I accepted the choice, I chose that. But yeah, it chose me. I fell into all of this stuff. I came to my Illinois Media School to learn how to literally cut my podcast in half. That's all I wanted to do. And that was Control K, and we figured that out in 30 seconds. So I was lost. I didn't know what to do. Yeah. I was really nervous the rest of the day. Only thing that saved me was I had two beautiful women in front of me, and I was just looking at them half the time. Right. Shout out Shea Coulee. You know what I'm saying? And yep, something wrong with that. It chose me.
Yeah. It's magical what I find here in my radio Chicago is that people that are coming from all different walks of life, right? And you don't necessarily have to be a rocket scientist to do what we do, but it does take some skill. It takes some skill, it takes some heart, it takes some creativity,
attention to detail.
And I was gonna say, you guys add on to this. What else does it take? Because I think that some people are under this misconstrued notion that you could just hop in and just boom, I'm gonna be successful at it because everybody doing it.
It takes time, sacrifice, thick skin, vision, willingness to execute the vision, patience to stick it through, confidence, money. Well, I mean, unless you get still money. I was about to say unless you get a job somewhere. But if you want to advance, if you want to advance, it don't take much. If you want to advance in your career, you got to put yourself in certain positions based on the reputation you're getting from where you get hired.
Right.
So even that costs you some money. It's going to cost you some flights. It's going to cost you some booking fees.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to learn a lot. Some stuff on the fly. But learning on the fly is bad. I'm going to say in this because, I mean, you want some skills on the fly, sure. But like learning how to do the business on the fly, it's cool, but it's really best for those who ain't got too deep in it yet. Mm-hmm. If you take care of your personal affairs first.
Yeah.
Make sure that is in order. You do what you can do what you can manage effectively. Right. Sometimes that's just your phone.
Right.
And that's okay for right now. Get all your other stuff in order so you don't have things stopping you when you hit your stride. Mm-hmm. Your financial stuff, your family stuff, your health.
True.
I've been stopped because of my health twice.
Okay.
Like wherever I'm at right now, I was on the cusp of this twice before I had to go down because I got sick. One time I got sick. This is kind of silly, but I got sick and moved to Rockford. I just got up and left because I wasn't gonna die here. I wanted to be by myself doing what I wanted to do. That's kind of where I was at the time. And then I really got sick and had to go to the hospital. Yeah. So have certain things in order so you can do what you got to do, because it's a lot of rip and running. It's a lot of what they say when you first move in the house, unforeseen expenses. Sure. You know what I mean? And opportunities you want to be ready for. I probably said a lot right there. No,
all that's 100.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, shout out to Ro. I don't mean to interrupt y'all. Ro watching from YouTube.
What up, Ro?
Rose Designs. Rose
Design Services.
Rose Design Services. Thank you, Ro, for tuning in.
I got this from her closet. That's got to count.
And she says she loves the interview, and she's a huge Media Monarchs fan.
Of course.
Me too, girl. And get this, D is a great addition to Shoptalk 7. Yes, he is.
Big facts.
Yeah. And
he absolutely am.
He absolutely is. And yeah, so what do you have to add on to that, D? Like, what does it take?
Mine's pretty much said a lot of it, so I don't have nothing else more to add other than check your ego and know who you are. Because a lot of people get into this media shit trying to be famous. Yeah. They get into this media shit trying to be a household name. Yeah. And
they decide that for themselves instead of letting people do it.
Deserve it.
Yeah, they decide it.
Yeah, they decide that they can
the price is going up based on the
what be tripping me out, and I'm sure you might have had this too. I'm sure you've had this too. You should have me on your show. Yeah. You do that radio thing or that podcast thing. Yeah, you should have me on your show. Talk some shit, boy. I turn your show out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So because you can talk and have a conversation, that makes you qualified to do what I do.
And then they'll come and don't.
And then don't.
Because people really do.
We're waiting on you.
All this is you being a personality, getting up here and just entertaining. And it's like, that's cool if that's the lane you want to do it in, and throw your hat with the rest of the people doing it. Mm-hmm. Or do you want a long-term stay? You know what I'm saying? Do you want your content to really be something worth rewinding? Right. Worth sharing? Or are you just a goofball for the moment? Mm-hmm. Like you'll say something catchy or something flashy and think that, overnight that should make you viral. Yeah. And now you're on the, same level as a Blizz or a Shondell or anybody else. Right. It's like, no, that ain't how it work. Yeah. They got their path. You got to walk your path. Mm-hmm. Now, maybe the doors ain't opening for you right now. And if that's the case, you quitting ain't going to get them to open no sooner. Mm-hmm. So again, knowing who you are, checking your ego is huge.
Yes, aka being humble.
Not necessarily being humble. But just not being a big head. Well, because you'll oversee a lot of stuff or put yourself in places you ain't supposed to be, projecting. You know what I'm saying? Feeling like, I can do what BB does. I could do what Monix does. You know what I'm saying? Why can't I do that? Yeah. And how many shows have come and gone because that was the attitude? I can do what that person does. I'm pretty too. I'm smart too.
I find it funny when people come on with the intent of matching wits with us. Mm-hmm. Good luck. Yeah. Good. It's like you can have a conversation with us and it'll be great. But you come on here with the intent of matching wits. I'm a shark in the water.
Yeah, you smell blood.
I smell blood.
And you get and you on your cycle, baby.
You feel me?
It's and I will speak on that. Just knowing like how we all kind of gel and just be able to bounce off each other and stuff like that. I have to admit, you actually have to come with it when you sitting down with a group of brothers like this.
Especially if you're gonna talk like that.
Yeah,
because we could just have a conversation. We could just have a conversation.
They throw one of those topics out there and you don't know what you're talking about, you will get eaten alive. I've seen it. I've seen people get upset. I've seen people go in the bathroom and cry. I've seen people leave prematurely up out of here. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Oh, everything that's okay? Yeah, you know what I mean? So
I've been a milder Monix. I've been a milder Monix over the last year. But
You know, we done seen some of the good, bad, ugly, in between, up and down over here. I can't speak for that.
No, don't put that all on me because I done
It's
seen.
not all on you because I done seen.
You know, he got this heavy voice and this authoritative tone.
Yeah.
I done seen him make people feel like kids up here. No.
He get that squint in his eye and pointing his finger.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
We're going to have the conversation.
So you mean to tell me? Yeah, I see.
Like,
Yep.
I done went in the corner a couple of times. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and get in this corner because
I know, right?
You talking to me like this.
I mean, we like having real conversations around here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's cool to stay on the surface and just keep everybody comfortable, or you can walk out of here feeling like you learned something about yourself or about people around you or just a different perspective altogether.
Right.
You know, I don't want to have a conversation with people that I don't leave feeling like, oh, that was cool. I feel opened up a little more. You know, I feel like I either learned something about that person or I learned something about me or I learned something about the world that I didn't know or, you know, I don't want wasted breath.
Do you all get misconstrued as assholes?
Commonly. Not as much as I used to.
Sure.
But yes, still happens.
Okay.
Because it's rarely the men that say it, being honest.
Okay.
It's rarely the men. It's usually women who come in on the ass end of a statement and decide that our perspective is chauvinistic or misogynistic. And I don't even think these people, understand that the word misogynistic means I hate women. Right. And then here I go. Well, now I'm technical. I'm being too technical. So now I'm technical Tony. I'm going to go ahead and own that. Techie Tony, Ditchy D. Techie T, Ditchy D. You feel me? Digital D.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, those are going on shirts.
Those are going on shirts. I love that. Y'all hit it. You hit this road. Those are going on shirts, man.
What are we going to do for chill? Chili C? I don't know. Chili C. Chunky C.
Chunky C.
You feel me? But,
Chunky Chill.
I
like it.
Shout out to Chill told me to post this.
Yes.
Yeah, our other host, man. I love that guy.
Yeah. So how do you guys feel about like Chill, like coming on board and stuff? You know, I know he's like the third member to the group. And you know, I'm sure he had other obligations today.
Let me ask this question in the right way.
Okay.
How do we feel about Chill Bogart his way onto the show?
Was it really
Chill,
a Bogart?
Yeah, it's a Bogart. Chill landed here. No, don't get me wrong. Because we love it.
Let me find out you was a squatter.
Hey,
you just showed up and just never left.
That's what happened. But it turned out that we loved it.
Okay.
So he's a shop boy now. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We came for an interview. Oh, he came to be a guest panelist or whatever.
We didn't have nobody. We had no guests. So
right.
He was talking from the couch.
So we say, come on.
Come on, man.
Like,
But he came back.
I can't hear you. Come say it in the mic.
Right.
And then, you know, come hang out, you know. And then
he came back. Then he came back.
Yeah.
But he came to the table.
He started coming to the table. And it was like, okay, well.
Cool.
Right.
Yeah.
So then every week he come in, he come just sit at the
And now
table.
it's like, shop boy it is.
Yeah. Right.
Get this shop talking chill.
Yeah.
You know?
I love
that.
that.
And we love it too. And I love how he's blossoming since then. His In My Work shirt posts are those are gonna go down as classics.
Yeah.
If he stops doing them, people are gonna be upset.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he's doing his thing on the skits. I love him on those skits. It's like natural. It's natural for him.
Yeah, shout out to James acting up, man.
Y'all, man, yeah, for sure.
James acting up, man.
And him and the gang for giving that opportunity to my boy Chili, right way Chili. Yeah, man. Chunky Mac, Chunky Mac, right way Chili. What else you got? Chill McLovin.
We got like 4 or 5 different.
2 hands, knives, 2 hands, 2 bottles.
He's the Chunky Mac, the 2 fists of
Chunky Mac.
Double fist of cuffs.
Freddy.
I made that up. Fresh cut Freddy. I like fresh cut Freddy.
Fresh cut Freddy.
What is this term this line he says all the time? I don't know. The 2 of the pink, 3 in the
He's
what
gonna
does that
kill
mean?
people. He has big hands. I don't understand how this is really gonna work.
2 in the pink part.
And how do you get the third one in? How do you get the third one in the stick?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
How do you get the third one? Are you taking
Your
a second?
alignment has to be a
Are
certain
you
way.
taking a second hand?
Your alignment has to be a certain way.
No, you can't. You have to use 2 hands.
You can do that. You can do
could.
That. You can get 3 in the. You get 2 in the
That's
pink.
kind of.
3 in the
I feel like
pink
you're gonna
that
have a spasm after.
way. I mean, you're going to have a cramp.
That
cramp.
looks painful.
This is a sign
Y'all
that
got
you're
big
going
hands.
Like I got my mother's hands. These dudes got big, thick, wide hands.
wrong. Take 1 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
You feel me? I'm gonna just give it a. I'll give it. I might give it 2 in the pink, 1 in the stick.
Yeah. And we'll gradually.
We'll get there.
Get
We'll move
there.
up, little by little.
Get there. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So, you guys have had this question is mainly geared towards Monix, since I have him and the luxury of being able to interview you right now. You have had some other co-hosts in the past, And because you started, a while ago. It was 2018. 2019.
As far as Shop Talk 7 radio, that first happened in 2019 at Whitney City Underground at IMS.
Okay. And so since then you've had, several co-hosts.
Wait, so you started Shop Talk in 2019?
I started Shop Talk in 2015. That was first. It was just a YouTube platform. Then the podcast happened in 2016, and then Shop Talk 7 Radio happened 2019 January.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's fine. No, we all need that clarification. I mean, this is Convos in Chicago. So what would you say is the magic that this one is sticking and staying? Is this the longest running that you've had co-host?
You know what? No, not yet.
Okay.
Nope, I lied. He just beat it by a month. He just beat it by a month.
Oh, right.
He just beat it by a month. But
shouts out to D. Smith.
So I had Bob Moreau and Tony Schofield's daughter, Bianca Schofield, for the first year. And then I moved the show to My Radio Chicago, and so it started kind of falling off. I got regrets about that, though, how I did that. Okay. I feel like I just kind of cut Bob's legs from up under him because he was really dedicated to the show.
He was good.
He was a board op. I just kind of stopped doing that show and took it over to My Radio, and I didn't really invite him.
Why? Was that like a reason why, or it just kind of happened that way?
I'm gonna say this out loud. I decided, and it was wrong for me to decide this. I decided that it wasn't his lane over there. He's a corny white guy, right? Like wonderful man, beautiful wife, and all that. He's fly to me. If you look at his life, you ask me. But at the time, I'm thinking like, all right, this is more hip hoppy.
Yeah.
He didn't have a problem with that at all. Mm-hmm. He was the most professional person. To this day, I got to say it. He's the most professional person I've ever worked with.
Yeah.
I love Bob, and if Bob ever wants to come on this show to do anything, he can just call me and we can get it done.
Yeah. Shout out Bob, man.
I don't know if he's gonna like the corny white dude.
Corny white guy. I told him this. That's my boy though. Bob the builder, man, Bob Moreau.
I remember
I gave
Bob.
him my name, and what's her name was a little shaky, Bianca, because she had some things going on. So sometimes she showed up, sometimes she didn't. Mm-hmm. But when she did show up, it was crazy because it was like she didn't have to say much. Most of the time, she just diverted to me.
Yeah,
it was a good way she did it though. But her being there just changed the atmosphere. Mm-hmm. I loved when she was there, when she could make it. But yeah, so he's the longest runner, the most consistent. For one side, I got to explain myself. As you know, is because I always try to have a female in the mix.
Yeah.
As a host, and I guess I'm too blunt for that. I can be too blunt for that. Even though weirdly enough, I feel like I've toned it down a little bit. Mm-hmm. I think I've toned it down a little bit, but yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't have a before and after to compare it to. Would you say he's toned it down?
I would say,
I have a before and after.
So I would say that in essence, because he's sharing the floor, he's toned it down in that aspect, right? But his thought processes have also evolved. So if that looks like a toning down, then that's what it looks like. That's what it is. But in terms of like how that shock jock thing he had in the beginning, oh my gosh, it was just so raw. It was just so rough around the edges, and he would like ruffle people's feathers and piss women off. And we loved it, and we always have loved it. And so, but the most generous guy with the big heart, and it's like just polar opposites. When he get on this mic and he cracked his mic, it's different. It's like, this is where I'm at. This is what I believe in. F you. If your thoughts don't matter, my shit matters. and that's kind of how it comes off. But we love it. We loved it. And it was like, I don't like him. He's an asshole, but I'm going to give him my number. Kind of thing.
I got numbers that way. Like,
yeah,
you're a chauvinist. We need to talk about this topic. I ain't gonna front you, especially the big girls. The big girls know your boy. They hit me with that.
You know what?
Love to the ladies. Love to the big ladies.
Many women of today, and I'm not gonna say all, but many women of today love a challenge. They love their thought processes to be challenged, because many of us know that the shit we grew up with ain't necessarily true. The stuff that we were raised and programmed to believe it might be okay to challenge it when you're 35, single and unmarried, and or aspire to be married, or no kids and aspire to be that mother and wife. You know what I mean? So being able to hear it from a man's perspective, because we do sit up and listen to our friends and family and co-workers, and they all feminine. Everybody walking around, you know, with a vagina. And you come across this man that you want to be with, you're going to give him your all, and then he dumps you. You might want to start listening to other folks, you know. So I say all that to say, when it comes to talking about relationships, guys, because I've heard both of you all talk about it in y'all separate respective lanes, how do you deliver some of your sage advice to women in a way that they receive it and not just brush it off as being chauvinist or misogynistic?
I actually have a method.
Okay.
When if I care for them to receive it, I don't always care.
Okay, there's that part.
But when I care, I set a premise for my statement to make sure they can relate to the point that I'm about to make. Because if they can't relate to the point, I don't know what I'm gonna tell them. In all honesty, then I got to get extra blunt.
Yeah, because after that, nothing else is gonna matter.
You know, but if they can relate to the premise, cool. Now I can flow. And you know, commonly enough, they end up. You know, I feel that. Okay, that makes sense. I'm glad you said it. You know, and then oftentimes they'll still turn that into his fault. And then I got to come with the accountability. Then no, honey.
Oh, that word accountability.
You know, you gotta look at what you did here.
Yes.
Because why? Because you can't change him. You can adjust yourself. If you adjust him, he might do it, but he's gonna resent it at some point, and y'all will be back here.
Absolutely.
If you just do it in the spirit of, I'm getting in your behind. You know what I'm saying? So that's generally how I try to approach it. But sometimes they want me to be blunt, or sometimes they come at me so I get blunt. And you know, I've been married a couple of times. I had a chick tell me, try to dog me out, like, who gets married that many times? You don't respect the sanctity of marriage. I was like, I'm just listening.
You took the oath 3 times.
Oh.
you took a chance 3 times.
I'm like, she got one baby daddy, right? So I was like, shorty, look, you got one child, one father. Great. But this one nigga drug you through the mud.
Yeah.
You don't even look well.
And she still ain't get around.
You hate him and you still fighting for child support.
Yeah.
The women I married are better than when they came than when they left. They're better when they left than when they came. At least I tried to make an honest situation with a woman. Ain't nobody try to do that with you, shorty. So I think you should watch your mouth when you're talking to me. Oh, she cuts me clean now. When I saw her getting raised, I knew I won. I was like,
Queen Jay Shari is over here giving y'all some props, man.
What up, Queen?
Hey, Queen.
What up, Queen Jay
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. She said, y'all are dope.
Oh, thank you.
And then she's called y'all little Kevin Samuels. Carrying the Kevin Samuels.
Hey, man.
Kevin Samuel lives on.
There's a more gentleman like Kevin Samuels out here on that podcast. Tonight's conversation. What's the boy name? What's the boy? You be sharing him all the time. What's his name, man?
I forgot his name.
Oh
That's
my
right.
God.
That's right, Queen.
Fontaine. Something Fontaine.
Yeah.
Pretty Ricky Fontaine.
No. No, but he's on that with Ace Metaphor.
That I don't know.
No, that's the guy who got the podcast, but that one guy to be dropping them gems with the glasses.
Yeah, with the beard.
Yeah, I love that guy.
I can't think
Him
of
and
his
Andrew
name.
Tate.
Yeah. Yes.
Free Andrew Tate, by the way. I don't know what he got going on, but free him.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I love that guy. He's free now? I ain't been hearing him talking so much. They must have shut him up. He's trying to stay out of jail. I get it. I'm gonna go back to the old stuff. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's that guy is amazing. He's young. He's 30 years old.
Yeah.
Right.
31, 32 maybe.
Yeah.
I think for me, when I talk to women, first of all, I only speak to people who are willing to talk, not necessarily listen, because what I get is that a lot of women don't want to listen. They'll listen when they're in a conversation. So one thing that works for me is having a conversation where we can create a dialogue back and forth. So now it's not me lecturing you. It's me and you exchanging ideas. Most of the time, a lot of women will open up to that and they'll check themselves, in that way, as opposed to you beating them with ideas and them having to fight back. Because last thing people want to be told is that they need to change how they think.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the easiest ways to get people on board is to have a mutual exchange, so they can accept what's being said as opposed to being, forced.
Okay.
Force fed what's being said. And if they're willing to talk, we can have that conversation. Sometimes it just has to be black and white. I'm not gonna spare your feelings. Your boss ain't gonna spare your feelings if you was at work. If this was a business transaction, you wouldn't spare feelings. You get straight to the point. So in some cases, women fall on their entitlement to be women, which is, I'm soft, I'm docile. You can't talk to me that way. You shouldn't treat me that way. I am a woman. What kind of man are you? But you'll give the energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you'll give the energy, but won't.
You'll give the aggression. You'll give them the borderline masculine energy that a lot of women carry because it's been adopted as a survival technique. But in return, it's kind of like, oh, don't do that to me because now I'm a woman.
I throw a brick at you, but don't you throw one back?
Yeah.
Because you know I just didn't mean it.
Yeah.
No. You
The throwing stones in glass houses kind of thing.
You gotta be accountable for that.
Yeah. So with you guys, because we running a little bit out of time here, we almost wrapping it up. So I just got one question for both of y'all, and I just want to kind of sum it up and bring it back home with this particular question. When we're talking about relationships, what do you all think it will take to heal the Black family unit?
I don't know the answer. I have some ideas.
Okay.
Being realistic and understanding a couple of things about history. This lovey-dovey stuff that we're so passionate about, it's great, right? But it can't be the foundation of the family, because you're not gonna love it every minute. There's gonna be a phase where you don't love it, but you got to do it anyway. So it's about survival and putting out the best products as a family as you can.
Okay.
Productive citizenship. You want to create productive citizens, and you don't always do that by being liked. But the parents our values have to go back to, hey, we're going to stick this out. Yes, for the kids. I know a lot of people don't stay for the kids. Shut up. Shut up. Shut your mouth. Because it's like, that's the reason you did this. That's how the family got created, because the babies are here. So of course you also do it for the children. You get your stuff together so you can raise these babies together, because they are best raised by their biological parents. As a guy who failed, I sound like a hypocrite, but it is what it is. I'll be a hypocrite because I know the faults that came with that.
Yeah,
on paper you could say I had a good reason to step, but I still didn't get to see my two older kids finish high school the way I should have. And they moved to Cali, and I got to be here, so I don't get to see my baby boy every day. You know what I mean? This is what you're risking. You're risking your sons having to be around men, getting to know their mother. And we know what's happening when they get to know their mother.
Yeah.
Because mom is way more attentive than daddy is usually. She's got to live her life even while being attentive, where dad don't have to do that. Dad gets space. You know what I'm saying? Usually, because just based on our culture and how custody goes.
The custodial parent.
But in short, the parents got to get it together. Our culture has to change or merge or become a hybrid of what it used to be, value-wise.
Okay.
We don't have those values now, and I understand, right? What woman wants to be with a man and she feel like don't appreciate it, especially if she don't have to. But we got to figure something out about that.
Yeah.
Starting with these baby boys and how they treat their female cousins and their sisters, and how they deal with each other.
Yeah.
That's probably got to be the root. If we started today, it's probably a 20-year job.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Probably a 20-year job, because by the end, these babies, they'll be having babies.
Like preschool up to...
They'll be having babies. So it's got to become culture. Us working together, having each other's back, respecting each other the way a man should a woman should a man, protecting each other, how we know how to protect each other.
Right. Each other.
And the community requiring this.
Yeah.
Hey, you ain't a man if you don't do this, says so the community. and it's got to be a standard that we stick with.
Yeah.
And so hopefully.
I'm hearing a lot of like.
Excuse my tone earlier.
No. Absolutely. Like, go off. I appreciate it because I love the raw Monix and what he does and how he delivers it. And it's gonna sound brash to some people. It's gonna be a little brazen. Both of y'all both have that ability, but at the same time, you still kind of carry the gentleness on the back end. Like, look, I wasn't trying to, offend or make you feel away. These are facts. These are things that I'm feeling. These are things that I'm thinking at this time. And if you ask me my opinion, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. And I like that kind of honesty. It's nothing worse to me than a man that's running around here just, for Hollywood purposes or just show and all that stuff, just fluff. Oh, baby, sweetie, honey. No. We're not doing that. We are coming as men and women and respecting each other and understanding each other's standpoint. Anything you want to add on to that, D?
I was just gonna say we need to value each other more.
Okay.
Change any of this.
Big old facts.
And all Monix did was just break that all down. That's literally all I was gonna say.
Right.
He just, which is 1,000%.
Yeah.
We have to find a way to respect each other.
So I think it's a question that all three of us like constantly think about.
You have to we don't give a shit.
Yeah.
This whole I don't give a fuck attitude and culture is not.
You ain't gonna do me.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
I'm gonna get you before you get me.
I'm sorry. You got to risk
trust.
Yeah.
You got to risk it getting done, which is getting done is often, in my opinion, just miscommunication.
Yes.
So we got to be slow to speak.
Right.
Look, I think a lot, and I vent through the people I've been through, and they save me from saying the wrong thing out loud. I probably tell y'all the wrong things before I say something out loud. You dig what I'm saying? No, F that. You better get this.
Yeah, I think we all do that. Yeah.
That's you valuing your output.
Mm-hmm.
That's you taking the time to say, okay, cool, I feel this. I want to let it loose, but let me vent it out first.
Yeah.
If it's still there, then it's probably something I need to use.
Right.
Most people don't do that.
Yeah.
Most folks like, shit, fuck it. You're going to get what you get. That's just what it is.
Because trust me, I want to say what y'all saying.
Yeah.
I'm thinking what y'all saying. But I realized my power during the pandemic. I wrote a verse, because y'all ever write his verses, right? That said at the end, put that energy where it belongs and send it up tonight. It was during the riots during the pandemic. Mm-hmm. And I knew I had about 15 to 20 people who would listen to me for real. And I know it ain't a million, but it's 20. I was like, I cannot put this out right now.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people be holding on to that at least that many people hold on to what Monix is saying. Mm-hmm. And it scared the crap out of me. Boy, I was like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So imagine others who's not thinking that way.
And they just talking.
You see the energy that's going out in the world.
And you know what, I should have known it at this point where I had a few married couples come to see me or come talk to me, a couple on the phone, talk to me on the phone. One took me to dinner. For marriage counseling based on what they heard me say on my show.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
It gets real.
I wrote that off because I felt like I was just having a show. But with that verse, though, I was like, oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Like, this is real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You see, we value each other more. We watch what we say to each other. We watch the messaging that we're putting out in the air. We watch the way we're treating each other. The messaging we give when treating each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I seek reasons to give grace.
Mm.
That's tough because it sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
But you definitely got to be the bigger person.
But I seek reasons to give grace because I just want to love.
I think I do that too.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I want to make sure that people have this space to be themselves.
Like, I'd rather get you away from me than talk bad about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though sometimes that's probably not the right move. Sometimes you do have to be the bad guy and be wrong in order to be heard and communicate. Because at least you're talking. Mm-hmm. Even if you're wrong, at least you're talking.
And you don't want it to snowball, turn into this like.
And if you don't get it, and if you don't get it out,
yeah.
I feel getting it out in your private life. I can't always just say stuff in public, but sometimes you can't always hold it in until the right stuff come out. Sometimes you gotta hopefully your partner helps you translate instead of getting offended, and that's tough.
That is
because you tell me I pee in the bed, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah.
I don't think my first thought is gonna be, well, what do you mean, honey?
Yeah.
No, you done told me I pee in the bed. But yeah, man.
Queen said, addressing the trauma and taking accountability to heal and move forward to be better. And that was to contribute to our question about how do we heal the Black family unit. That's because I think that's layered.
That's a great surface statement because that is layered. That's a deep dive discussion right there.
Yeah.
Because we can say heal the traumas, but now we got to talk about how, and we got to admit that people's faulty when they talk about it. Mm-hmm. Most of us do not know what we're talking about. We just throwing out a bunch of buzzwords. Right. Just heal. When you not even understanding that when you heal,
what does that mean?
You could come back stronger, right? Mm-hmm. But if you break again, you're less likely to come back. Mm-hmm. So is that really healing? And we got to be real about that conversation.
What are you healing from?
Yeah.
Like Black people as a whole, we have post-traumatic stress and trauma built into
post-traumatic slave syndrome is a book. It's a book. Joyce DeGraw.
We literally have that brewing in us. This is the difference between us and Africans. Mm-hmm. This is why Africans come here and wonder, why do Black people act this way? Why do you guys do this thing? Why do you, why do you guys talk like you do to the cops? It's just the cops. Do what they tell you to do.
The same reason. That's funny though, because it's the same reason they talk that way to the military out there.
Mm-hmm. But they don't understand. They don't understand the racial grudge here that we have,
and they should, because they got colonized.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get it the way we do.
They don't get America the way we do.
You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say that when we talk about trauma, we got that. Then if you drill down, I mean, you got family dynamics.
Absolutely.
How many people been molested? How many people been raped? How many people
things that happened to us as kids that we didn't have no control over that shaped us. Things we couldn't couldn't control that shaped us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly. On top of the stuff that you actually can point out, I got jumped, by somebody in whatever, or my mom died or my dad died at a certain age and I was by myself, or you can point out certain situations, but some of those things you don't necessarily realize. And a lot of people are going through a whole lot of shit in their real world based off of things that they can't really connect to.
Yeah.
So we say tell people to heal. That's and not you, Queen, but a lot of people use that.
The way they use it is dismissive.
It is very dismissive. Mm-hmm. It's very fucking dismissive, and it also insinuates that you're healed yourself, which to me, the way you're using it kind of shows you're not, because
it shows me that I could piss you off right now.
That's exactly what it shows.
Yeah.
But we can. It's 57.
Yeah, man.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Wonderful conversation. This is what I'm talking about. If y'all want to see more of this, make sure y'all tune in to Shop Talk 7 Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Sometimes they go over and it's Shop Talk After Dark.
Yeah.
Get this shop and chill.
Well, we can cuss after dark.
Yeah,
so
we can curse and it gets real. It gets real after that.
Just let me say this last thing and be real quick.
Yep.
July 29th, Ambitious Awards, Ambitious Awards, Ambitious Awards, Ambitious Awards. Yeah. Be there, all white, $35 at the door, $25 if you go on Eventbrite.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you buy a ticket, after party is at Ambitions right after the joint is over. I think they're getting the fight. The Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight.
Nice. Okay.
So I think they'll have a fight. You feel me? It's gonna be a good show. The actual show, it's a long day for me because I'm on the board. The actual show will be like 6 to 9, 30 maybe. Landscape and Luce closing it out. They're honoring Ben One, and a public announcement. Doug O'Lake is singing. Doug O'Lake, Lucky Spearman, Noah Hayes is singing the tribute for public announcement. Lamar Creation is singing the tribute for Ben One. Nice. And we're giving out a bunch of awards and that was named after some of her family members that have transitioned. It's gonna be a good affair at the Holiday Inn.
Very nice, man.
Show up, show out, have fun with us.
And wear white, please.
And Tuesday nights.
And come on Tuesday nights.
We
got the best tacos in the game.
What's going on Tuesday
The best tacos in the game. Really, right now, we're just trying to build the night. So just come vibe with us. We probably have a couple of people performing this Tuesday. We invited the artists who are performing to come and just work their set out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? DJ Divine on the ones and twos. I'm playing a lot of local artist music. You know what I'm saying? So if you want your music played, if you rock with me, your music is going to get played. If we already rock, we already locked in. But otherwise, if you want to get locked in with me, come talk to me and we'll see about getting your music played. So at least your music is getting spent from a DJ in the club.
I hear that.
Shout out Diva. Street Boy Stretch, Lero, God.
Yeah.
You feel me? Destiny, the whole team. Solo Heights, Casanova hosting. So.
Okay. Sounds good. Wonderful. I'll be there in my white, that's for sure.
Oh, here we go. She's here.
And D, you got any last words here?
Shout out to Media Monics, man. I appreciate you having me on the show.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's been dope. It's just been a great experience. You know,
right.
We've been building, we've been smashing. Man, I don't know. Just stay tuned.
Tune in,
Yeah.
more to
Stay
come.
tuned.
Shout out D Smith. Shout out Chill. Told me to post this. The greatest host in the land. The end.
The end. And that is going to be a wrap for our show, Convos in Chicago. Another wonderful week. And definitely I'm giving my flowers over to the Shop Boy Shop Talk 7, Media Monics, Get This D. Chill told me to post this. Make sure y'all follow them on Instagram, Facebook, and all the other social media outlets that they
And
are
when you see
on.
D in the streets, read the shirt.
Read
Read the whole shirt.
Reading is fundamental. Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I stopped at the D.
Mad at me.
Okay.
Be mad at me, like, dude, you didn't finish the shirt.
Somebody told him, I don't want any of that. I didn't offer it to you either.
Yeah, I remember that. Exactly.
It's y'all fault. Y'all perverts didn't read the shirt.
And that's what the D stand for.
But if you want more D, if you want more Monics, they are at Shop Talk every Monday through Friday here at the one and only My Radio Chicago, a Support District Radio Network station where you know it's more than radio. I am your host of Convos in Chicago, BB Trinette. Make sure you find me on Facebook and Instagram at BEBETRANETTE. I gotta go, y'all. Mary J, the Chocolate Baddie, is next, and then after her is EJ, Evolving with EJ. And Shamak, and they be putting it down too, and they have wonderful guests coming in, new music, all that stuff. But y'all got the Chocolate Baddie next, so make sure y'all tune in. Keep her inbox locked. Hop in my inbox if you got music, a commercial, marketing opportunities. If you want your business to be marketed, let me know. I hop in inboxes back. We're also looking for still more individuals that are interested in the show that we're producing. Shouts out to the BBWs of Chicago. We had a photo shoot last week, and we've been making some wonderful strides with that. So we always taking in new characters, new people. If you with the shits, make sure you hop in my inbox about that as well. In the meantime, it's been a plum-pleasing pleasure in the words of Les Brown, and I will see you next week.
And spam Mary J's inbox so she can let me do a freestyle. Spam it.
Tonight is going down. We looking up, baby. Look, baby, you know what
in the transcourse. Promise you I'm, yeah. Hey yo, I promise you I'm humble. Word. I promise you I'm humble.
My nigga Tuvo the GOAT